Who is this man and why is he so important?
Governor, this is what the French call the griot. In African culture, he's called the Jali Kunda, the keeper of the history, the teller of the present, the visionary of the future. This is the next best thing to having Queen Nzingah herself. He will know everything about Queen Nzingah.
I want you to tell me everything you know about Queen Nzingah.
I hear the gods say Queen Nzingah is greater than the great walls of Zimbabwe and more mysterious than the alignments of Stonehenge. Black love, black power, black excellence, black intelligence is Queen Nzingah's rightful revenge. Queen Nzingah is the living example of acquiescence to ancestral tradition. She is the living legend of all ages, the complete vision. She is the quintessential source of wisdom. Her name has become an African idiom. She is the inspiration we drink from, yes, she is the perpetual fountain. When she saw the invaders from the top of the heavenly mountain, she laughed at their foolishness. She laughed at their hubris. She laughed at their audacity, but she took note of their tenacity. She plotted and planned from far over. Queen Nzingah is the front tooth, side tooth, original Gorgon sister soldier. She is the Field Marshal General. She rules over all brigadiers and corporals. Nzingah commands all lieutenants and sergeants. They call the slaves, she called them targets. They called themselves Portuguese, she called them targets. They called us human cargo, she called them targets. They called us beasts of burden, she called them targets. They called themselves master, she called them targets. They called themselves settlers, she called them targets. I hear the gods say Queen Nzingah is greater than the great walls of Zimbabwe and more mysterious than the alignments of Stonehenge. Black love, black power, black excellence, black intelligence is Queen Nzingah's rightful revenge.
She recruited.
Queen Nzingah recruited the stars, the rain, the wind, the clouds. She recruited gravity. She recruited the heat of the sun. She said, free yourself, then free your brother, free your sister, free your children. Yes, free up everyone. She recruited elation for her children and recruited separation for the enemies of blackness. She is the immortal black stallion. Queen Nzingah is the mosquito-carrying malaria that wiped out Urugu battalions. Yes, she is the mosquito that stopped all of Africa from becoming one big South Africa. Nzingah is the mosquito who fought by our side. She stopped the northern spread of apartheid. Nzingah is the great mosquito who decimated all Bakra armies, settlers, invaders, mercenaries, and missionaries. Missionaries and mercenaries. Nzingah is the first one who recognized that the words mercenaries and missionaries, missionaries and mercenaries sounded hauntingly similar. So she said mercenaries and missionaries must be treated hauntingly similar. Queen Nzingah is the bravery in Dadan Kamathi. Nzingah is the brilliance of Huey. Nzingah is the genius in Nkrumah. Queen Nzingah is the clarity in Lumumba. Nzingah is the purity in Malcolm. Nzingah is the intellect of Diop. Queen Nzingah is the vision of David Walker. Queen Nzingah is the organization of Marcus. Nzingah is the vengeance, just the vengeance in Makanda. Queen Nzingah is the vengeance, just the vengeance in Bookman. Yes, she is the vengeance, just the vengeance in De Saline. Queen Nzingah is the vengeance, just the vengeance in Gabriel Prosser. Queen Nzingah is the vengeance in Denmark Vesey. Yes, she is the vengeance in Nat Turner. Queen Nzingah is the vengeance in Ganga Zumba. Yes, she is the vengeance in Zumbi de Palmares. Queen Nzingah is the sweat in summer and the shiver in winter. Queen Nzingah is the reincarnated holy flesh of Harriet Tubman, aka the goddess Araminta. I hear the gods say Queen Nzingah is greater than the great walls of Zimbabwe and more mysterious than the alignments of Stonehenge. Black love, black power, black excellence, black intelligence is Queen Nzingah's rightful revenge.
Listen.
Queen Nzingah is that pain in your backside telling you to get up and do something. She is the Pan-Africanist medicine. She is the active ingredient in mescaline. She is the copyright owner of melanin. She is the perfect black, the custodian of your soul, the landlord of black funk. She is the blue note. You go and tell Joe she was the originator of the first COINTELPRO. Queen Nzingah is the round table knight, my spiritual advisor and the nightmare to all hooded men in white. She is the commander of all rebellious rebels who became rebels for a rebellious reason. She has sanctified sanctimonious treason. She is the shock that protects Pan-African soldiers when bleeding. Nzingah was the last breath when Malcolm stopped breathing, the first breath when every black baby starts teething. Nzingah was the protection when Asada was leaving. She is the courage that all black leaders are needing. Nzingah is the example black leaders aren't heeding. She must be studied before any black leader start leading. I hear the gods say Queen Nzingah is greater than the great walls of Zimbabwe and more mysterious than the alignments of Stonehenge. Black love, black power, black excellence, black intelligence is Queen Nzingah's rightful revenge.
Rightful revenge.
Nzingah is the youth's them breadbasket. She is the truth everlasting. Her name is whispered in the wind if you dare to listen closely. She is what made Kwame Ture dash away the name Stokely and made him give the car back to Michael. Queen Nzingah is the endless cycle. She is the personification of the no-nonsense stance. She is the space between a drum beat and a voodoo trance. Queen Nzingah is the chlorophyll in every herb. Queen Nzingah is a noun and an action verb. She is terribly beautiful, and she is beautifully terrible. She is the standard, the aesthetic, the outstanding one. She likes to have fun, but she's so temperamental. She also burns whimsical. She's physical and mystical. She represents the pinnacle. I hear the gods say Queen Nzingah is greater than the great walls of Zimbabwe and more mysterious than the alignments of Stonehenge. Black love, black power, black excellence, black intelligence is Queen Nzingah's rightful revenge.